William Gibson's novel Neuromancer it's a paradox, because when one reads its words, one finds a very, very dark, dismal world. However, when one reads between the lines, it's a panacea, it's a cure-all. And just like Ashley and I have found, one can definitely find his own very personal rainbow.
This is the most interesting, exciting book I've read in years. Not only is it a literary masterpiece, but it's a new genre of science fiction that's not way into the future of Star Wars and Obi-Wan Kenobi and forces. It's the way the world is going to be in 10 years, like it or not, and it's preparing us for that. It's nitty-gritty, it's street smarts, it's a magnificent new work, and the book Neuromancer, it does have a magic.
To my mind, at least, is really the world that we live in. It's sort of just pushed a little bit.
It's science fiction, but it's here and now nitty-gritty science fiction, which is, I think, the genre of the future.
You're starting to see pop influences feeding back into science fiction, which has traditionally been this strange kind of isolated little culture.
It's almost like Neuromancer is all magic and 21st century synchronicity.
In a way, there's a big retreat from high tech, and I think in terms of style and design and so on, and I think that this has to be an organic type of movie and not something about things or something about technology.
Earl McRausch is an ideal candidate to do the script.
I like movies with a lot of edge.
The most difficult concept in this movie is the notion of cyberspace, and it's something that makes this book unique.
I just think it's wonderful. I mean, it's been very exciting in the office. When the Cabana Boys took the full-page ad in Variety, I mean, the Variety doesn't come into the science fiction department, obviously. It comes into, we have a person who's responsible for movie tie-ins, and people were sort of running through the halls saying, look at this, look at this. It just was so great. I mean, what they've done for Neuromancer as a movie property is obviously reflected back well on the book.
They seem to have a really fine touch for design.
The feeling is excitement that something is going to be taken and turned into a big success. I mean, you know, it starts out as potential, and you hope that things develop and work towards a successful conclusion, and I've been very impressed with the way Cabana Boys has handled it, and I'm not at all surprised that it's going well.
Many of the most interesting movies that have been made in the science fiction area in the last decade have been made by independent producers.
We see the film Neuromancer as a tool, a mechanism almost, to bridge the very real, very waking, conscious environment that we live in to a very subconscious or metaphysical world that we can be aware of, and the computer being the bridge between the two. And we see Neuromancer, the film, as a very hands-on approach conceptually to filmmaking and also to marketing and development of ideas and development of enthusiasm of people involved in the project directly and people who will be going to the theaters to see it. It's a completely interactive concept behind the film, and we hope to involve as many people as possible on as many different levels as possible, and we're looking for the hit of 1988 in Neuromancer.
If I were laying odds, if you offered me 10 top movie properties and say which one is going to be a big hit, I'd put my money on Neuromancer and the Cabana Boy adventure.